Hi, I'm Linda Fox. I'm Senior Reporter Phocuswire. I'm in the Phocuswire studio at Phocuswright Europe in Barcelona. And I'm here with David Armstrong. He's CEO of HolidayPirates. Welcome, David.
Thank you for having me.
So, before the pandemic, a big part, probably the main part of HolidayPirates' business was about organic, bringing in customers in an organic way, not spending the billions on Google, other search mechanisms that other OTAs were doing. Is that still your kind of mantra, your strategy?
Absolutely. That hasn't changed at all. In fact, it's even more than it was before. So the portion of paid marketing, which we actually only do in social media and not on search engine, has decreased. Yeah.
So you're an early mover on social channels. Are you finding it harder to remain visible in those channels as other travel brands start to mature and start to use them?
No, not at all, actually. So first of all, we are in multiple channels. So it's obviously started with Facebook. At some point, we went into Instagram as well, and we're in TikTok, of course, by now too, and into direct messaging like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. Our approach is entirely different to all other traditional brands or OTAs because we don't do it for only a branding purpose. We drive demand, we drive interest, we inspire people to look at a deal or a destination, and then eventually to book something. So it's creating demand rather than building a brand only.
Mm-hmm. You probably built the brand many years ago, and now it's about driving the people. So do you work with influencers?
Yes, we do. We started with that. So the concept started throughout the pandemic. We had some collaborations pre-pandemic, but they were not quite what we wanted. So we refined our approach and the concept, and now we're doubling down on it in most of our markets.
And is it a worthwhile, a profitable kind of stream for you?
Definitely, because it's about increasing our audience in every channel, and you can do it through different ways. You can traditionally inspire your existing followers to share what we share on social media, and then by that, it's a word of mouth thing. But you also want to acquire new followers from other bubbles, and so that's why working with influencers is super important.
Mm-hmm. And as you grow and you work with social channels and you develop your presence there, your how you drive your customers through those channels. Are you excited about the prospect of those channels themselves linking content and transaction? What will that mean for your business, for HolidayPirates?
So we actually do not really work with so-called travel influencers. Mm-hmm. So it's more influencers from a lifestyle perspective or fashion. Because, as you said, travel influencers it could be a conflicting interest working together with us and vice versa. So that's why we actually don't focus on travel influencers.
And for example, if TikTok introduces some kind of transactional element to the platform, or Instagram, what kind of impact would that have on your business?
That would be great because we could go into that as well. Mm-hmm. So what we utilize to date on Facebook and Instagram is the shop function in many of our markets, where we feature many of our deals. But it's not like really shopping on the platform. Mm-hmm. It's a link out, of course.
Right.
As soon as shopping for travel could work, or for certain components is a good experience, we're the first ones to also be in there.
So you'll be exploring that as a channel as much as you explore everything else out there.
Definitely.
Good to hear. Now, you've had some interesting partnerships recently. I think it was Tourism Ireland last year, and then Interlinked more recently. Just talk me through how they fit in with the business, how you're working with those companies.
Yeah, so that's very UK market specific. So we work in 10 markets across Europe and the US. So Tourism Ireland is just one example for us working with destination management organizations or with tourist boards. We started to emphasize on those partnerships during the pandemic, and it's a growing field for us. So we help tourism organizations or destination regional organizations to promote their destinations, give them visibility, because in the end we have a huge audience on different channels. And what they're interested in is, do promotion for the region, for their country, for the destination, and that's what we can provide in a different way than many other media, because we specifically address millennials and more so Gen Z, which they don't necessarily reach in traditional
They don't
ways.
play in the same spaces that
right.
some others do. Interlink is also interesting because it speaks to the sort of ancillary services side of the business. Are you seeing any early results of that partnership?
Yeah, so that's really UK specific. We haven't done something similar in other markets yet, so it's a first move in the UK market, and it's an interesting one. Of course, it's somewhat also travel related content, things that you maybe need to travel that are handy, and so on. But some other things as well. We're still gathering data to assess. It's quite new. I think it started like a couple of weeks ago.
It is, and I think that matching element, that's something to be worked out as you go along.
Of course. So that's very interesting to see how that will play out for both sides, of course. But we don't know yet entirely.
Okay, no, fair enough. You mentioned Gen Z being a sort of customer base for you. How have they changed kind of over the course of the pandemic, would you say?
Changed in the sense of?
Their behavior, their attitude to travel.
Yeah, so so we see a shift to experience related traveling more. So it's not just, it's more so traveling for a purpose, like, visiting maybe a concert, or, just having a certain experience somewhere else, not only to lie on the beach. So that changes a bit, especially in that demographic, also for younger millennials. City trips have become more popular, surprisingly, post-pandemic, for these demographics to, I guess, make up for what they weren't able to do for quite some time. And especially for the German market, we can say that 30% more people booked train packages internationally, so driving from Germany to, let's say, France or the Czech Republic, to do a city trip rather than hopping on a plane.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see more of that, because they have this sort of sustainability consciousness, don't they? Much greater than other generations.
Absolutely. So they fly if they have to, but there are other opportunities.
Just following up there, what you said about experiences, is that, does that mean you need to now go out and partner with the tours and activities guides so that you have those experiences on your platform? Yeah,
that's right. So we have a partnership with the Get Your Guide, for example. In Germany, we started to work with a new provider of experience packages. So what I mentioned, like travel to a concert in another destination, or to a certain festival or event, these kinds of things, they're become more popular.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, just as we kind of end up here, how are you evolving and expanding your business?
Yeah, so what's very exciting for us now is a shift in our business model. So adding a new model to our existing one, and that's actually virtual tour operating. So we launched this a couple of weeks ago in Italy as a pilot market in a very soft launch. And actually yesterday launched it in the Netherlands as as a full service virtual tour operating flight plus hotel package provider, and we'll roll that out across Europe step by step this year.
Okay, and how are you kind of anticipating that will grow the business?
Well, to date, we actually have, we have our own audience. We earn media and then we own it at some point. So it's the next logical step, of course. That will definitely serve with two things. Of course, it will play into the margins. That's clear. But as important, I would say, is owning the entire customer journey. Because right now we inspire people to travel by publishing a deal. We show them, and then we refer them to a third-party partner. That's where they convert. Right now, we will also, with this new approach, we will also have the ability to have people book on our website.
Yeah.
And us owning
yes,
that
you'll be
booking,
more in control.
we will be more in control of the entire experience. We will know who booked, where to, how many, and when. And we will be able to work with this information as well.
And would you anticipate that over time becoming a bigger part of your business than the...
Step by step,
Yeah.
it will become a very big part of our business, definitely.
It makes sense. David, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.